Yeah, we're gonna be on live, and we always do this, and we just kind of fuck around till like. There's Dakota Cross in the chat. It says we have 0 viewers, which I'm not sure I believe. Evil Pilgrim is here, where my tweet heart's at.
Oh, there he is.
The man himself. Oh, 0 views. I really don't believe this. I mean, we got people talking in here.
I don't know, man.
Tyler Jennis, Justice A. Carnage is here.
A lot of these people come on often.
Yes, like Tyler, I know Evil Pilgrim, Dakota Cross.
Yep, I know
The Carnage, I'm not sure. He's probably been here.
right.
Connor Grocky wants to know where Buff Griffin is. Griffin's
coming, and also this doesn't count as the show. The show has not begun.
But I would like to.
What you're getting is a rare glimpse of the pre-show.
I would like to acknowledge that Griffin did post a topless video of himself this week on Twitter, which was not sanctioned by the Stegman Show Network.
No,
none of us agreed to that.
It was not sanctioned by the Amazing Friends Network. However, it was deeply desired by the Amazing Friends fan community.
Okay.
All right. A little fan service.
A little fan service, I think. Yeah, Ryan, nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Sorry for my late arrival. It is official though, Amazing Friends crew. I am getting a new computer in the next couple of weeks here.
Wait, so. I was gonna tell you that I could gift you that computer now.
Don't matter.
I really can. Oh, too late.
I appreciate it. I'm going bigger and better. I'm getting the new M1 Mac Mini, I think.
Oliver demanded a gaming PC for his birthday, so now he'll have a computer and he won't need the.
That's just laptop. What you have to buy kids now is a fucking gaming
PC.
It's crazy. Yeah. He's like, I want like a whole gaming setup. I want like the chair and the speakers. I was like, absolutely not. Like, you're only allowed to play.
We're in the era where a kid opens his gaming PC on Christmas morning, starry-eyed, and then he goes, "Dad, I told you I wanted to build it."
Jesus Christ.
It's true.
All right.
All right, are we doing
I don't want this pre-built
Yeah,
bullshit.
Let's start.
Walmart,
hey,
motherfucker.
I do have a surprise at 45 minutes into this. We're going to bring somebody else on. I'm not going to tell you guys who.
Oh my god.
I'm not going to tell the viewers who, but
Stegman guest extravaganza.
Can you text it to us in the chat? I want to.
No, I absolutely will not do that.
All right, well, you're getting our live reactions, everybody, to whoever this is. Ryan's other friend.
The thumbnail for the video is going to be us going like, and there'll be like a big red circle behind Ryan's head.
10 things you missed about Ryan's big reveal.
All right, let's record this. Ready?
Hold up, Ryan.
Yeah, yes.
Good God.
He's eager tonight.
Let's not get overzealous here.
Turn my fan off here.
It's not Donnie, Evil Pill. Like that would be that wouldn't even be a surprise.
That would be. That'd be pretty good.
The most anticlimactic surprise ever.
Tank Nielsen, by the way, I have not started my OnlyFans just yet. But after the response we got on that, I think it's gone.
Oh, Tank Nielsen just said I need to have the Absolute Carnage pop so you can have it on your desk. Hold on one sec.
Oh!
Oh, dang. Do you guys have the actual like YouTube feed open? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, I got it next to me. Giancarlo Esposito.
This guy thinks I don't have this.
That's so sick. Are they doing King in Black ones?
They don't tell us. They just all of a sudden have them or not.
Lazar Lilik pointed out that my chains are back. Chains are back this week. Is there anything that you guys can do to kind of bling out to elevate your status a little bit on the show?
I lost my chain.
I could take my shirt off.
Oh no, we were just talking about that.
Take
No,
your fucking shirt off.
I can wear 2 pairs of glasses.
That's pretty sick, Ryan.
That's actually really wealthy looking. That's a status symbol.
Ryan Lee looks like he doesn't want to be on this already.
Ooh, no, I'm trying to hook this up here. Okay.
Ryan, you look like a Star Wars character. You look like you'd be fixing. You look like you'd be fixing a speeder. You'd be like, ah.
Totally.
Let's record this. Let's go. Let's do this.
I'm ready.
All right.
I'm ready too.
3,
right.
2, 1. Bam!
Oh boy. How we doing?
Everybody looking good? Whoa.
Mine's working. Ryan Lee, if yours is working on the first try, that's a very good sign.
It was, and then I screwed something up.
What happened?
Round 2.
I was trying to hack into the mainframe.
Oh my god.
All right, so
something happened. I got it. It's the RAM. The RAM and the ROM is off, miscalibrated. I got it though.
All right, it's going.
All right. Are we starting over?
No.
Okay.
Now this is podcast.
I deleted that first one, so it'll be a future Griffin problem, I suppose.
Yes.
Future Griffin, you stupid idiot. Deal with it. Okay. Are we going? Is it
Yeah.
happening?
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
All right. That was unnecessary and uncalled for, Ethan.
We already have a theme song,
Thank you very
Ethan.
much.
Okay. Well, we don't play the theme song live. So
Shut the fuck up and let me do it. Let me do it.
Okay.
You're doing a bad job though, but go on.
Yeah.
What the frick is up? A little PG action for you. Stegman and in his amazing friends shows. It's an episode. Jesus Christ, we haven't. I don't know, man. We're so rusty. We haven't done a consistent number of recordings in a couple of months now. But you're all here on the live stream tonight, and we're so happy to have you on Ryan Stegman's podcast, Stegman and his amazing friends. Ryan, how's it going this week?
It's good. I am now in the portion of drawing King in Black where I don't actually get to have a life outside of drawing, and so that's fun. But that's, I got plenty of lead time and I used it all up, and here we are where I have to turn in a crap load of pages, and it's the holidays and it's going to be a real fun time.
Best time of the year.
Yep.
Best time of the year. Of course, you know me. I'm Griffin. I'm one of two supple boys that makes this show and all the shows on the Amazing Friends Network with my creative partner and best friend, Ethan Smith. Hey, buddy.
Hi.
And we're joined by this week's guest, Ryan Lee. We got two Ryans on deck tonight.
Two Ryans from Michigan.
That's gonna get confusing.
Yeah. Could one of you turn your hat backwards so then we can differentiate you guys a little bit more, maybe?
No, absolutely not.
Like when you're more of a hat backwards guy.
No, this is untrue.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree with that 100%, actually. Ryan, you're a hat backwards type of Ryan.
I'm ending this right now.
Thank you for having me on, guys.
Happy to have you,
Oh
Ryan.
yeah.
Ryan Lee. Well, what do we want to kick the show off with? We didn't talk about it even for a second.
Let me say,
getting on.
I'll explain how Ryan Lee, because this is called My Amazing Friends, how Ryan Lee came into my life. So there's a convention in northern Michigan, Traverse City, called Cherry Capital Con that I've done quite a few times. It's a smaller show, so you kind of get to meet the other people that are there. And Ryan, lives in Traverse City. Ryan, do you want to give your address? Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'll just put it in the chat.
That's cool.
But so
people to put in the maps.
I met Ryan through his friend Guy, who was a comic book artist too, who now works in motion graphics and all this stuff. But then Ryan and I became friends. We once went to a Hooters together it was just it was close because my family goes on vacation.
Choice.
Yeah. My family goes on vacations to Traverse City, usually every summer, and it was just happened to be across from the hotel I was staying at, so we did go to a Hooters. Neither of us are very much Hooters guys, but it's kind of something that we remembered forever. But then Ryan joined the famed Skype group that we talk about on here. Daniel Warren Johnson, Ryan Lee, Riley Rosmo, Brian Level, Scotty Young used to talk, be in it a lot, but he's he's off writing more than he's drawing now. Tyrell Cannon's in there. Jason Howard. Who am I missing? Is that about it? Kenny Porter. Kenny Porter, friend of the show. Jim Toe, who's definitely alive, not dead. He has not passed away.
He hasn't. It's a lot.
So yeah, and so now at this point in my life, I would think that Ryan Lee and I probably talked to each other, spent more hours talking to each other than nearly anybody in my entire life.
Our family.
Yeah, I would say so.
It's a rough go, but it's probably true.
Right, and Ryan and I collaborated on my first written work for Marvel Comics, a backup story in Inhumans.
Yeah.
Nice.
And he just finished. He finished Mountainhead a little while ago for IDW, but the trade is coming out, so we wanted to get him on the show and talk about Mountainhead.
Yeah. Mountainhead, the FOC for the Mountainhead trade paperback, which is of course by you, Mr. Ryan Lee, and John Lees. How confusing was that in any of your email correspondence, Mr. Lee and Mr. Lees?
People really liked it. It helped that my brother Sean Lee lettered it, so made it even more confusing.
Son of a bitch.
But no one's mixing up Doug Garbark, the colorist.
Yeah,
he's the outlier here.
The Lees gang.
I will say we would have also had John Lees on the show, but he's Scottish, and I can't understand a goddamn word he says. I don't know if you've ever been around an actual Scottish person, but it is a nightmare. You're like they're speaking English, but you're like translating it. It's the craziest experience.
We gotta get him and Al Ewing in a room together and have a whole bunch of accent fun.
Mm-hmm. I got John down now.
You do, yeah. I think I could get it. I think I could get it if there was enough time. But I mean, the one time that I hung out with him, I was just like, it's like I start doing a math problem in my head of like trying to backtrack to what he said before. Like, what's he saying then? And then I'm like, wait, what's he saying now? And then I'm just completely lost and I can't figure it out.
He talks fast.
Yeah, well, that's another thing. I've noticed a few Scottish guys, and they talk fast. They have a very thick accent, and they kind of whisper talk. Where they kind of just, and you're like,
it got very Sandler at the end there.
Because you brought up Al Ewing. Yeah. You brought up Al Ewing, but his voice is like booming and it carries and like you hear everything. Yeah. It's just it's a thick accent. But I mean, John, but he's a great writer. I did read for people that don't know his work. John did a book called "And Then Emily Was Gone" for Comics Tribe, which I would recommend checking out. One of the creepiest books I've ever read, drawn by Ian Laurie. And Ryan here has done. You want to say what your credits are? You have the Marvel book that you did.
Yeah, I did the Marvel book, the Inhuman special. I've done a bunch of stuff for Valiant, and like some behind the scenes things too, like character design and stuff for them. But yeah, yeah. Other
than Mountainhead, you have something coming up that we wanted to talk about too.
Oh yeah. I got I'm doing a Rick and Morty one shot. It's already done, but that comes out in January.
Really? Wow.
That comes out in January as well, and Stephanie Phillips wrote that, and Leonardo Ito is the colorist, and Chris Crank is lettering it, and I think it's pretty fun. Like, I got to draw some dream stuff in it.
It's definitely some of my favorite stuff that Ryan has done. I see all the pages as, Ryan knows everything that's coming up in King in Black, so eat your hearts out.
It was fun though. Like, Stephanie's script was one of the.
What is that one called?
It's called the Rick and Morty Deathstalkers one shot.
Okay.
So it's kind of like in that Mad Max world.
Yeah.
In Mad Max / future Seattle.
That's a cool fit for you. I want to see. Yeah, I'm excited to see that.
Thanks.
Super cool.
Thank you. Yeah, that was fun.
That list of names you rattled off, Ryan, in the Skype group is not only a list full of a shit ton of talent, but of some varying styles. And so it's just so interesting to know that all of you guys play around in the same conversation, but y'all look so fucking different from each other.
Ryan?
That's so fucking.
I will say, I think that the thing that we have in common more than, I mean, obviously we all draw comic books, but we all have a similar sense of humor. But like artistically, we couldn't possibly be any different. I think everybody respects what the other people do, but we all do vastly different things, which is good. You kind of learn from each other's stuff, but I still blame the Skype group for my Uncanny Avengers phase, where everything looked insane because everybody in my Skype group draws insane.
Yeah, the goofier drawing people definitely liked your noodle people.
Yeah, they still bring it up.
Like me. Dude, I'm sorry about that.
Oh, that's a good call. Jason Moore pointed out that you did that. The colors also, because Ryan's a really good colorist as well as artist, and he did the colors on Dave's Elvira cover for. Is that for the Kickstarter one?
Yes.
And it's awesome. Yeah, Dave Acosta, who's also been on the show. Oh yeah, Dave's in the Skype group. We didn't name Dave.
Dave's in the Skype group. He's been on the show. Great episode. We did that with Saladin Ahmed. And also, I think he was a fan of my shirtless video. We talked a little bit in the comments on it.
Yeah. I was actually pretty mad at him for encouraging.
What did you get shirtless for?
I was doing a bit. It was the 3-year anniversary of Star Wars Episode 8: The Last Jedi. There's a very iconic moment in that film where Adam Driver is topless. And,
with his big beefy pecs.
He's huge, just like me.
Those things are like floor mats. Yeah. They're like beach floor mats.
Huge.
He's a very
if you were
strange-looking person.
Squinting at the video, you'd be excused if you thought it was just the clip from The Last Jedi.
Okay. I have something to say. Okay, wait. You go ahead with your question, and then I'll say what I'm going to say.
Are we doing pop culture news this episode?
I also have a question, but I'm going to assert myself to go first.
Okay.
Ryan, are we doing pop culture news this episode?
We can, but first we're going to do something.
Okay.
Yeah, let's save that for the middle. Here's what I want to do right now. Mm-hmm. I want to tell you guys something.
Okay.
Up top.
Okay.
I did not read Mountainhead.
Oh
now,
my God.
FOC on Mountainhead is Monday. Okay? Yes. I want the people to know that. I want everybody to read it. Now, I've seen all the art as it came in. Love the art. Yeah. I wanted to read it, but I just didn't have time because he just sent me the PDF 2 days ago, and I just, in between then and now, I didn't have time. But, highly recommended. Because of the art, the layouts are insane, the storytelling is great, and now, Ethan, you read it. Ask Ryan some questions about Mountainhead.
Gimme.
Wait, we're doing that before Pop
Yes.
Culture? So are we ending on Pop Culture? What is this?
It doesn't matter.
Wait, Griffin,
this is my show.
He's going rogue.
This is my show. Ask him some questions.
Did you read Mountainhead?
That's true.
Huh?
No, I didn't read Mountainhead. Are you kidding me, Ethan? They sent me they sent me the PDF like a day before we did
today.
This.
Yeah, and Ethan read it.
In a day?
I'll tell you about it if you have questions.
Ethan,
I have questions.
Ethan's awesome at this. Go ahead, Ethan. Come on, Ethan. Make us proud.
Ethan's the only one that does any of the fucking legwork for the guests.
Yeah,
that's it.
You're goddamn right.
That's why you get to wear the rope, man.
Yeah.
Well, you're right. Honestly, I'm the king of this podcast.
Look.
I believe it. I can see that.
Well, okay. I mean, sure. Just step up onto my pedestal here. Well, listen. First, I want to say, because we talked quickly about this right before the show. But when we were at C2E2, which we always talk about because it was the greatest day of me and Griffin's lives, and then the pandemic ruined the rest of our ongoing experiences.
It was the last great convenconvention.
It was, and also it was our first real convention. Like we had never really been to anything like it. Yeah, and so being there and getting to interact with some creators and stuff was so cool. And you were so gracious to us. It was a really, really cool little moment in that. It was a nice little crowning jewel. And you gave me the signed copy of Mountainhead #1, which is a treasured thing of mine. So yeah, I want to thank you for that experience because that was really cool, and you really boosted our confidence. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't get a signed copy, and that's definitely not why I didn't read it today. Not because I was scorned or anything.
Well, Griffin's known to hold a grudge.
I don't know if I believe that.
No. Not at all. Not at all.
I don't know if I believe that. That's okay.
That being said, there was some ambiguity in the moment. You handed the copy, and then Griffin reached for it, and then I kind of snatched it. So I don't know who it was supposed to be for, but it was anyone's game. No, Mike, I just...
It's signed to Griffin from Ryan Lee. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
See, I thought again that could have meant anything. But
real quick, this is a great comment. Henry said Ryan. I assume he means Ryan Lee. Ryan looks like a Gravity Falls character.
Hell yeah.
That's true.
I don't know what that means. I don't know. What does that mean?
I think you look like a lumberjack or something.
A little bit. My beard's coming in real dark on here.
Yeah.
People like that show, dude. It's a compliment.
Oh yeah, my kids love it. That's made by a Michigander. But go on.
Oh shit.
Yep.
God damn it. Oh, we got this. We got the goods here.
Well, okay. I have a couple of questions. I want to start out with a super basic one because I haven't heard. You may have told this a million times already, but I haven't heard the inception of this. Teaming up with John, what was the inception? Where did the concept come from, and how did it kind of develop into this?
Well, John and I actually met at C2E2. I had read, and then Emily Was Gone, that Ryan mentioned earlier.
Right.
And I loved it. And I was like, man, I want to do something with this guy. This book is one of the craziest things I've ever read. And it is weird.
Yeah.
It is super weird.
It is weird.
It's viscerally strange.
It's disturbing.
Yeah.
And Ian is a genius. And I'm like, I want to work with John. So I approached him. He happened to just be at that show. Yeah, I think he tries to come over here because, he's in Glasgow. Like, he tries to come over here, I don't know, like once a year usually for a convention. And I don't know, we met, and I told him I want to work on it, and he was like, let's do it. And then I got home, and he sent me like a pitch. And I said, that's cool. And then we kind of developed it a little bit, talked about it. And then next thing you know, like, he's like cranking out a full script within almost a month. It was insane. John is a maniac.
Right, wow.
He's brilliant, and he's a workhorse. Like, he just kept sending me updates. He's like, I might do a little more on this, and then the next day it's like half done. It's awesome.
Well,
that's how it kind of came to be.
It was also, I think that he did a good job of finding something that you would draw that would be perfect for the way that you draw, because it's kind of, you've got you do a lot of texture stuff, and your stuff is cartoony, but it's expressive enough to convey the horror of what he wrote.
Exactly.
There.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. I like drawing the gross stuff.
That's kind of part of the next question that I had was like, because your stuff like is obviously super cartoony and super stylized, but like when you get to doing like horror stuff and you get to like, because there's some nasty shit in here, man. So like, where do those points meet? Like, what are your kind of inspirations as far as going from like that cartoony style into kind of the extreme freaky shit that you get into?
I think naturally I draw kind of cartoony and a little wonky, but I love drawing gore and monsters. It was just like a perfect marriage, like Ryan kind of said, like it fit. And that's why I wanted to work with John too. Like, I was actively looking to work with someone who had similar sensibilities,
Well,
and like what, because I worked on other stuff and some superhero stuff, and everything doesn't always gel,
Yeah.
Some things look okay, but you want to play to your strengths. So
there's also a thing in John's work where I feel like, so he could, if he had like a realistic artist, for example, it wouldn't work as well, because there's his story, like the core of the story is always ultra realistic, but there's like a fantasy element that needs to be conveyed that I feel like you need somebody that can, like if you saw Ian Laurie's work and Ryan's work, there's like something about the way that they draw that has to be there to convey what he's writing.
Yeah.
Sure. Yep. I think, that hotel book he did that Dalibor drew, I'm blanking on his last name, but that was a little more realistic, but that worked, but I don't know. I just feel like the two of us kind of had like a great marriage with this, so I feel pretty lucky. It's nice. And John super collaborative. Like, if I had an idea on a layout or something, he was super cool with me just running with it. And yeah, like he was all for me kind of taking it. Like, I would never change the script or anything like that. I'm very, very loyal to that, but I don't know. Certain sequences in there are kind of dreamy and surreal, and you want to do some weird stuff with it. And he was all for it. I thought he would be too, seeing what Ian Laurie did. That book is crazy.
Yeah, I'd love to see John get more work too. I know.
Like an established.
Go ahead. Sorry.
What's an established property that you think that your style would gel with incredibly well? Like, is there anything that you look at and you think like, oh fuck, well, if I could get on there, like, Like that would be like peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, that's somebody else's property. I would love to do like
or just like an established character.
Yeah.
An established IP.
Hellboy verse.
Oh yeah.
That'd be dope.
Oh yeah, BPRD type stuff.
BPRD, Black Hammer.
Ooh.
Love that.
Oh,
yeah.
I love that.
Well, I'll say you've done one, which was Rick and Morty, where it worked out great, in my opinion.
Rick and Morty worked out good, yeah.
Turtles, Ninja Turtles would be awesome.
Turtles would be great. Yep. I mean, Turtles is awesome.
Great fit, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it's mostly just drawn monsters. The lead characters are monsters, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So.
Evil Pilgrim says Swamp Thing. Any interest?
Oh yeah, there you go.
Be kind of
yeah,
good.
That would be sick.
Lobo would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Lobo. Fuck yeah.
It'd have to be the right tone, you know. But.
And I have a very important and relevant question, and that's what's your favorite Rick and Morty episode, Ryan Lee?
I haven't seen tons of Rick and Morty. I watched most of the first season.
Oh wow.
Well, he thinks of it. Ryan Stegman, what's your favorite?
It's got to be It's got to be the Deathstalkers episode.
Fuck yeah.
I don't fucking know. I don't know if I've even seen the whole first season. I like Rick and Morty. It's just a tough sell with I can't watch it with my kids. Number one, even though one time it was on when they were in the room and they were like, "What is this?" and they were like tractor beamed into the TV. And then my wife. I mean, that is one of the toughest sells to a wife. Of any kind. Hey, let's watch this show where the old man is disgusting and the kid's an idiot, and like, I promise you'll love it. Couldn't get it off the ground.
Yeah. The Pickle Rick episode's amazing.
Pickle
I've
Rick.
seen that a couple times.
He turned himself into a pickle. It was fucking hilarious.
It was cool. I love that. I did a commission. I watched the whole episode because I had to do a commission for it, and when he is killing all these rats to make that suit, it's just the ideas on that show are great, but there's no way I'm watching it with my kids, man.
Yeah, that makes sense.
A little raw.
We did have a good question in the chat. I want to see if I can find it. Somebody asked, what was at what point? Oh yeah, here you go. It's from Don Cardenas. Our man Don Cardenas.
Love Don.
Yeah, he's great. Comics Coffee Metal in the chat. Ryan, what do you think was your biggest leap forward artistically on Mountainhead?
Page layouts.
Yeah, I that's what I was going to say if I had to answer for you.
I spent a lot of time trying to make that work. I wanted to do some really cool stuff. Just mix it up. I mean, the story is there's a lot of surreal elements, so I figured I could do some crazy things as long as the storytelling was there. But it took a lot of extra time. Some of those took a lot of extra time.
Yeah, but they were really cool. A lot of them I was jealous of as you were doing them. I don't think that necessarily what I'm working on, it would work to do that stuff, but it looked really fun to do. Yeah.
Again, without trying to spoil stuff from later in the book, there's a page where somebody is doing an X pose, legs are arms out, legs out, and then that separates into the four parts of the page, and that shit was really good, man. I really like wild stuff like that.
Oh, thanks, thank you. I got a lot of flack for not throwing that guy's wiener in the shadow.
Really?
Yeah, I can say that on here, right?
You didn't draw.
Wiener is very preferred, yes.
Can I ask who gave you flack for not drawing the wiener?
I'm sure most of those people were named earlier.
Oh yeah, in the Skype group.
You could take a wild guess.
Well, Dan,
fucking coward.
Dan,
that's basically what it was.
Did a cover with that character, right?
Did he draw the? Did Dan
one,
have the balls to draw the balls?
Did he draw the wiener? Was he a man?
Didn't draw that, but he did draw a monstrous bush.
Yeah.
Well, everybody knows these days if you want to draw wieners, you got to go over to DC, because not only was there the famous Batman Damned issue, but now Lee Bermejo has done a new Superman cover where he's got a super bulge. You boys see that?
No.
Oh no.
It's quite explicit, and it's going around the internet. So I don't know. It's exciting things are happening over there. I think it's a new reboot they're doing.
This is about who? Robin?
No, Superman.
Superman. Okay. Superman. Yeah. All right.
Ryan's writing it down. Superman bulge. Check after episode.
Bulge. I'm putting it in our calendar. Family. Check out Bulge tonight.
Exploding Earth's Comics seems to really like Mountainhead here, so I just wanted to say a couple of his comments. He said the page turn rhythm in Mountainhead is so smooth. Reading it is a fun ride.
Thank you.
He said, while the guys are talking about John Lee's, has anyone here read Sync? That book is awesome. Nobody responded to him, but Sync is a cool book with that's Alex Cormack, right?
Cormack. Yep.
Yeah.
It's awesome. That's also creepy as hell. That's on par with And Then Emily Was Gone. For sure. It's awesome. There's a couple volumes of that out now.
So I have
Can
a
I
question.
ask you a super boring question?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm gonna take my boring question first, Griffin. So
that's fine.
You obviously draw a lot of crazy and really, really fun shit in this. I want to ask you about the things that maybe aren't as fun to draw. I'm like super impressed by your landscapes.
Oh, thanks, man.
Because like somehow your landscapes like end up being like super hectic and interesting to look at in like ways that I wouldn't have expected. I don't know, because then you also like in those titles page and stuff use the landscape to spell stuff out and whatever. Does that all come from? Do you use reference for that kind of shit, or like do you kind of just build it all yourself? Because like it's so intricate.
I do, yeah. I have like a picture. I basically use like the same photo. I just kept looking at it because I don't know. There's just, if I just drew a mountain, it would end up just looking like a pile of mashed potatoes every time. So it's good to have like one thing. But it was like the same picture I looked at for most of that stuff. Once you kind of get the basic idea, it's all about just like kind of having a foreground, background, and middle ground with the mountains and doing the shapes in and out. So, but thank you. Yeah, I really like doing the backgrounds on it. I thought it.
That's awesome.
Help kind of put you there a little bit.
Griffin, you may go now.
Ryan, why don't your landscapes look that good?
What's up with your landscapes, Ryan?
My landscapes of symbiote covered buildings. I'm doing the best I can, guys.
You do a lot of buildings.
Oh man, I draw a lot of buildings. I know what buildings look like now. You know what I will say? I just watched an episode of this show called How To with John Wilson. It's a very funny show on HBO. And he talks about scaffolding in it. He does a whole episode about scaffolding in New York City. I've never drawn scaffolding in a comic book. And it's everywhere in New York.
Really?
So, So basically...
Scaffolding looks cool, man.
Yeah, I don't know why I've never drawn it. And so basically my New York is bullshit and you guys shouldn't buy my comics.
Okay.
Well, I think if you play like a free roam video game, like if you play Spider-Man, I feel like you don't see the correct level of scaffolding everywhere. Like it's shocking how much scaffolding there is.
It's ugly. It is ugly stuff. I mean, it'd be cool to draw because it has character, but it is the way that they do it is janky.
Clotheslines?
Yeah, I'll put a clothesline in.
Maybe some like smoke coming up a chimney.
Oh yeah.
Water tower?
Yep, lots of water towers. But no scaffolding.
Very cool.
When the truth is,
rando pipes.
Yeah, of course. Oh yeah. You know, I think we've talked about this, Ryan. Where I'll be somewhere and I'll see like a whole bunch of pipes in something, and I'll take a photo of it because I'm like, those pipes are awesome, and I'm going to use that someday. And then I never ever look at those pipes. I just always make up pipes.
I take reference shots all the time. There's too many. I take too many pictures.
Yeah.
There's no way to ever find it again.
Yeah. But it makes me feel like I'm doing something when I take the picture.
Be hard not to up in Traverse City. That place is full of a lot of fucking beautiful landscapes that when you're up there, it kind of sucks you in. I always feel really good when I'm up there creatively, so I can only imagine living up there. Ryan Lee, do you disagree?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's fucking good. That's good. They got the Hooters up there. There's a
Hooters.
Guys,
is that from the Grand Traverse?
Hooters is gone.
What about the Ruby Tuesday that I had the worst service I've ever had at a restaurant?
That entire strip closed.
Oh my god.
Ruby Tuesday, the Wendy's closed over there somehow.
Not the fucking Wendy's.
The only thing.
Is that the same Wendy's that's next to the Bob Evans?
Yes, Bob Evans is a survivor. Culver's has a line that goes out into the road every day.
Yeah.
And that's about it, guys. I'm sorry. Sorry about Hooters.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Have I brought up that I think that we should have like the first official post-pandemic meeting of the Amazing Friends Podcast Network at a Hooters? I think that like we could do a live show there.
No. But also my favorite casino in the world is in Traverse City.
Is it Turtle
Creek? They have the friendliest dealers, and they're all like, I would go back every year for this convention, and the same dealers would be there, and I'd remember their names because they were all insane. And we would go back, and we'd just like pick up like we had left off last time, and they'd remember us because we were rowdy, and it was. I love that casino. They're very helpful. Like when you're playing blackjack, they'll tell you what you should be doing. Like it's awesome.
You can smoke in there.
Yeah, one of the few places left on Earth. Right when you walk in, you're like, oh, I feel like I was just transported in 1990.
It is. It's a weird experience to be inside where they're smoking.
Yeah.
They ask you smoking or smoking?
Pretty much. You have no choice.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah. Do you want to get cancer today? Sure.
Jason Moore with a little cringe face. Is it a cringe face? No, it's a smiley face. Says if you want some beautiful scenery, come on down to Flint. And
Jason, I lived in Grand Blanc until a few years ago, and Flint is beautiful in the way that you could film a zombie movie there without doing anything to the scenery. There's no sidewalks, so lots of people just walking in the road. Very interesting. A real strange place.
Son of a bitch. You guys liking this, Amazing Friends? You liking this deep Michigan lore talk that we got going on?
Yeah, where else can we go in Michigan? Kenny lives in Grand Rapids. Let's talk about Grand Rapids.
I live in Grand Rapids too.
You do? Okay.
That's
Ethan,
true.
where do you live?
I'm in Alaska.
You are?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's where this conversation always goes. Is everybody talks about Michigan, and then everybody's like, "Oh yeah, Ethan's in Alaska," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's bad," and then we move on.
I want to go to Alaska. For real. Isn't David Harper in Alaska?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, we haven't met.
It's you two.
We're talking about maybe doing an Alaskan cruise when the pandemic's over.
Ethan?
Yeah, I'll bring Ethan. Ethan, you can be like my au pair.
That's honestly, that would be an honor.
No, we're trying to get Ethan to come back down to the continental United States.
Fine,
right?
fine. Yeah, now that he got a taste of those conventions, he's got to get back out there.
Mm-hmm. And I think Alaska's gonna secede pretty soon, so I should probably get out while the getting's good.
Mm-hmm.
The place is fucking huge, dude. Jesus Christ. All right, I got a question about, as someone who read Mountainhead, I got a question. Why? So when in the creative process did the idea to give the Mountainhead come in?
Give the Mountainhead?
Ryan's disappointed.
You don't have to go along with this.
God damn it.
You don't have to take this.
I'm so sorry.
I actually liked it. I liked it.
I'm so sorry. No.
I don't know how to answer it, but I do like it. I do.
Would you?
That's a John question.
I have a question for you, Ryan.
Listen, how's this? Shut the fuck up, Ryan. Ryan Lee, your pencils are incredible, and they're so good that, like, I don't know, if we were making a comic book, we would definitely ask you to make a comic book. Do you want to make a comic book with us? By the way, can we?
Mm-hmm.
Oh damn!
All right, yes. So we'll type up the contract. We'll email it to you. Ryan, you can go ahead and use that fucking.
Our people will talk to your people, and by both of those, I mean Ryan.
Both Ryan.
Okay, I think we should get into pop culture news, but before we do that, I want Ryan to have a minute here to describe how Riley Rossmo came into the Skype call today, and what happened.
He came in,
mm-hmm.
and he interrupted everyone. We were
yes.
having a nice conversation.
Uh-huh.
He was yelling,
"Stop!
Stop! Stop! Everyone stop!" Probably didn't have a shirt on while he was doing this.
Right.
Sure.
Stop.
But he started a ranking system, correct?
He said, I have big news, and then he started telling us who's the dumbest people in the group, and then he ranked all of us, and he told us why we were dumb.
Uh-huh.
And then he told us that someone he knows is going to get a vaccine very soon, and that it's going to be this person's going to be the first person that we all know. And I was like, okay, but then I said something mean to him, and then he made me the dumbest. I was second dumbest.
And then he got kicked out of the call. He got ejected.
And then Brian,
rightfully so.
As Brian said, he gave him the boot, and he deserved it.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Love you.
Sounds like typical Rossmo behavior, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
Are we doing pop culture news?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let me get the theme.
We're doing pop culture news. It's a little complicated.
Right, I'll explain it after the theme. All right, are you ready? Can I do
okay.
it? All right. Pop culture news. Okay. Pop culture news this week gonna be.
The theme gets sadder every week.
Well, the year gets sadder every week.
Culture news.
Yeah, eventually it'll just be like a quiet choke and a quiet sob.
Just me in the showers, just letting it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna be strange this week because we actually recorded an episode last week. You guys did not get the chance to hear it for a number of reasons, and you will never hear it because, frankly, you're not very deserving. I don't think you guys need that episode. But we actually talked all about the Disney Investors Call announcement.
It was pretty much the whole episode we talked about.
It was the whole episode. So we've already touched on all that stuff. I don't think what are we doing this week? Are we doing a quick?
Here's what I was gonna say was. Here's what I was gonna say was rather than go back through all the Disney investor shit, let's just go around real quick and say what we're all the most excited for from the Disney investor thing. Starting with Mr. Stegman. What are you most excited for, Ryan?
Star Wars shows.
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four.
I feel like this is a dumb question. Of course it's Fantastic Four. I've been dying to see a good Fantastic Four movie from the beginning. And Marvel's going to do it so well because the reason I always wanted to see a good Fantastic Four movie is because it's like I love like a good family, love story. And I love superheroes, and I always thought this is the easiest comic book movie to make, and then they kept not making the right movie, and now that it's in Marvel's hands, you know that they can do all the heart and all that stuff, and they're going to kill it. So it's gonna be awesome.
But they did do it. They did do it.
Spider-Man movies?
They didn't do it. What are you talking about?
It's called The Incredibles.
That's true. Okay, now, did you guys hear the news? So, like I said, they cast Mitt Romney as Mr. Fantastic.
Dope.
Michelle Pfeiffer is Sue Storm. Chris Evans is coming back as Johnny Storm. And the Thing is going to be played by Michael Chiklis again. I don't know why.
Again.
I like
cool.
Mitt Romney as the Human Torch.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
And Chiklis as Mr. Fantastic then.
Oh, yeah, that'd be interesting. Okay.
Evans in the rock suit.
Yeah.
Okay, we've named it.
Mr. Ryan number 2.
Yes.
What are you most excited for from the Disney Investors Summit?
I don't remember what it was called, but it's like a manga Star Wars or an anime Star Wars series.
Wars Visions, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to rule. That's what I'm most excited about. That's
You
something that I think will be the most different.
You dabble in some anime, Mr. Lee?
I've been getting into it a little more.
All right.
A little more.
Yeah.
Every day.
What did you watch?
A little more.
What do you like?
Well,
My Hero Academia.
All right.
I love
all right.
My Hero Academia. I watch it with my son.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
And back in the day, I didn't watch a lot of stuff, but of course, the Ninja Scroll, the Vampire Hunter D.
Mm-hmm.
What was the second one called? I saw that in the theater.
Bloodlust or something like that?
Bloodlust. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm watching stuff with my son mostly. He's really into it.
Oh, hey, would like to add this. Evil Pilgrim asked no what if love, asking if none of us are afraid or excited for that. Yeah, that's probably number 2, honestly, but right behind Fantastic Four.
It's very
what if?
yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
That looks good.
I can't wait. I think that'll be the one that gets my kids the most excited.
Jeffrey
Star Wars
Wright.
Star Wars and anime are a surprisingly good fit. I don't know if you guys have seen the stuff that they've done recently. Like they also even just started doing like a manga adaptation of the Rebels TV show, and it like looks really cool. Like it's an interesting collision of styles. Go ahead, Griffin.
Well, there's a lot of like Eastern influence, I feel like, in a lot of the aesthetics and the overall like sort of, you know, the Force and stuff. It's all very Eastern, and so yeah, definitely some Japanese stylings fit right in with Star Wars. I don't remember the fuck I was gonna say. Jeffrey Wright as the Watcher for What If. That's fucking sick.
Really cool.
I would love to see some live action stuff. Ryan, I know you love Star Wars. I've got this video from our last recording of Ryan sitting there while me, Ethan, and Donnie are going off on Mandalorian theories, and it's too goddamn good. But Ryan was having a bad hair day, he said, so I can't post it anywhere. So
sorry. Oh, my hair looked insane.
What's wrong with it? What's it doing?
Well, you know how I don't have much of it left.
No.
I have to do a lot of work where I can make it look voluminous. And none of that was happening, so it was just laying flat on my head. It was like it was the bird's nest that you talk about. I looked about like I was 60.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I try to go close.
Mm-hmm.
So, speaking about, you know, aging, getting older, I got a question for you, Ryan.
You're doing a great job right now, Griffin. I like how you're looking off to the side. You're making a lot of noise.
In this preview issue that we got, the most recent one, there's this photo of you in here, the Kings in Black.
So supple?
Look at supple Stegman over here. Wow.
I feel like I could still do that hair, couldn't I?
I mean, yeah, you're probably good.
When was that taken?
I just don't know how. I just had a really great haircut at that time.
You did.
You look like a little bit of a stinker in that one. You being a little stinker in that photo?
Yeah.
Looks like a little
Yeah.
He's kind of mischievous, I
Look
think.
at that.
Yeah.
What are you looking at, anyways?
You know what? The worst. I definitely took that picture myself. But it looks like I'm like, oh, what? You're taking a picture of me?
That was when you were going after J. Crew, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You were trying to get into the Crate and Barrel like catalog as like one of the models, right?
Right.
You
Yeah.
got a connection there though, don't you, Ryan? You know someone. You used to work there, right?
Oh, I worked in
was
the
a deep
stock
cut.
room at Crate and Barrel. Let's see that picture again.
All right. See, and when you, especially when you got young, sexy, supple Ryan happening here.
Yeah.
And then right above him, you also have Mr. Donnie Cates. It's like, look at these boys.
I was probably 10 years.
boys.
I was probably
Comics
29 in
creators.
that picture. So
Donnie's got a good head of hair there too.
I think I'm holding out hope. I think that Donnie's good. I think that the corners are coming in on Donnie.
You do? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know for sure, but that's just, you know, like it's something that I pray for constantly.
A widow's
I've stopped.
on a-
If you've noticed that I haven't, there's been a couple times where I won't talk, and it's just me like silently praying that Donnie loses his hair.
Every time you're quiet on the show, is
Yeah.
you just steaming, thinking about his hair.
If you guys want to keep filling about hair loss for a minute, I have to go to the bathroom. So.
Oh Christ! All right. Well, this is what we get for doing the show live, I guess.
Ethan has the bladder. Well, actually, Ryan Lee has the smallest bladder of anybody I've ever met, but Ethan's got to be right up there.
I haven't gone yet.
Good job.
I've only drank one of these. Though.
Actually, I have a fun story to tell about Ryan that I'd like to tell real quick.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
We were at Cincy Comic-Con a few years back, and we went to Skyline Chili. I don't know if anybody out there has read or eaten Skyline Chili. But they have this hot sauce, and it's really hot. I mean, it's not like the worst hot, but it's hot. You got to be careful with
I
it.
know about hot sauces.
It's not that bad.
In large quantities, it's bad. But yeah, it's a dab here or there. Anyway, I put it all over my chili that I was so excited to eat because I remember the year before I loved that sauce. It was great. So I start eating it, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't eat this. I overdid it, and like my nose is running and my eyes are watering, and Ryan goes, "Give me that," and he starts eating it, and then like we're all it was me and like it was us and two other guys, and then we're all talking, and I realize that Ryan hasn't said anything in a while, And then I look over, and Ryan has a napkin up to his face like this, and tears streaming down his face, and his eyes are bloodshot. And he was just like, and I was like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And he was just like, "It's really hot."
It was so miserable. I couldn't control myself. I just started like dripping out of every orifice. It was bad. It was bad.
Well, we know about the hot sauce. Holy shit!
The guest. Hold on. Here we go.
Oh my God!
I almost missed the big reveal.
Look at that video. Look at that video.
Daniel.
That's damn good.
Daniel's in a different bit rate coming from the future.
Jesus Christ!
You've got like depth of field. You got a rack focus.
I'm over here broadcasting live from 2010 with my fucking like 720p blurry ass MacBook camera. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Warren Johnson.
Wait.
Can we get some chains in the chat for D-dubs, please?
Daniel, is your audio on?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh yeah.
It's just too good. There's zero background noise.
Yeah,
He's
guys.
better at this than literally any of us.
Let me tell you about my setup really fast. I got a Scarlett Focusrite 8i8 interface going into the Cloud Lifter that's going into a Shure SM7B microphone into the pop filter. And then I have a Sony A6400 going straight into a cam link into the iMac. Rock and roll.
Son of a bitch, that's a good song.
Now why won't you use this when we're talking? Why won't you use this when we're talking on Skype instead of like us hearing every noise in your house?
It takes too much time to set up.
Well,
I like how Ryan Lee's in his grandparents' basement over here. That's
You
pretty
like
cool.
that over there?
I wanted to add Daniel to the call because Daniel's project was just announced. A little project called Beta Ray Bill.
Ooh.
We've seen all the art from that so far, and it's freaking awesome.
Hell yeah.
Lots of Beta Ray Bill shots with his helmet off, which is hilarious looking. And first things first, Ryan Lee, I told you have to interview Daniel now. Go ahead.
Ooh, I don't even know what to say. Hey, I got your Christmas card.
Oh yeah. Did you like it?
Way to make everyone look lazy. I thought it just extended to the comic world, but we've got recipes in it, songs. There's like an EP to listen to.
I'll say this:
experience.
we don't even send out a Christmas card, so not only are we too lazy to just like get together and take a picture, much less make art and think about this goddamn Christmas card.
Well, we had wanted to do it last year, but we just ran out of time.
Mm-hmm.
So this time, I was like, well, we're stuck in the house all day. Let's make it a point to make it. And I had always wanted to write like Christmas music and record it every year because I'm a nerd. And so I got my family together, and actually I'm going to be releasing the link. It's a Bandcamp link. I'm going to be releasing it with like all my followers on social media. Obviously, I can't send a Christmas card to every one of my readers, but I can share the music. So,
please do, absolutely.
All right, give us your quick pitch on Beta Ray Bill. Why should people read it?
Well, I feel like it's always been hinted at, but nobody's really brought forth the appearance of Beta Ray Bill and what he might feel like looking that way. So, ultimately, it's a story about self-love, especially when it comes to our self-image, and I'm using Beta Ray Bill as a way to get there. And it's also going to be, basically they're going to be going into a dark place to try and get something that Bill wants. And that takes him away from Asgard and into a place where it's going to test him physically and emotionally, and it's going to be an amazing ride.
Hell yeah.
I do have a couple of comments I want to read. First, I like Comic Quirks with Jimmy said, why does DWJ look like his spirit animal is Beta Ray Bill?
That's great. I love that.
And this one I liked it from David Pelk. Ryan Lee, your drawings are my favorite. Big fan. That's very nice.
That's one of my best ones.
Henry said Wonder Woman Dead Earth was one of my fave comics I read this year, and he gave you some chains in the chat. So, apparently people like you, Daniel.
So what does chains mean?
We just have.
It's just like
it's
a
respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Now we all, obviously, some folks on Twitter were already bringing this up, but On your cover there, that's a what is that, Mr. Ryan Stegman?
It's a spiral. The symbol that Donnie and I invented that nobody's ever used before.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a funny story about
it certainly
the
isn't
spiral.
from True Detective.
Tell us the story about the spiral.
All right, so it was like, I think it was, I don't know when it was. I like to think it was late at night, but I'm probably more respectful than that. But I remember texting Ryan like, "Hey, which way is the spiral? Is it left to right? Like, does it go this way or does it go the other way?"
And did I know the answer? Absolutely
no,
not.
I
I never thought about that in my
You
life.
change it up?
I don't know. I guess maybe
Oh.
somebody will have to go through and look if that's something that I would never consider in my entire life.
Exactly. Like, has Ryan even drawn it a consistent way?
Daniel? Do you want to tell the story of how Walt Simonson destroyed me yesterday, or do you want to keep that private?
Hold on, I need to set up this stupid. I need to record this really fast.
Oh, I think it's too late now.
Oh, is it too late now?
It's all good. I can splice it in.
All right.
Sorry, guys.
His shit's gonna sound crisp. I want to play with that audio.
That's true. Dude, this Shure SM7B is next level.
I can't believe how good that video looks. I mean,
This podcast always gets to a point where there's so much talent on the call that I'm like, what the fuck are Griffin and I doing here?
Well, this isn't necessarily talent. I just put a fair amount of money into this because.
Well, he means your work, Daniel.
Once the pandemic happened, I was like, I gotta connect with some people, and I don't want to be, 8-bit crystallized moving around a computer screen when I do it. Anyway, all right. So, Walt Simonson of Beta Ray Bill fame destroyed Ryan Stegman yesterday. It was the best.
It was the best.
And it was really funny. I think Donnie actually screen capped the moment to make fun of Ryan.
Yeah, he screen capped it and sent it to me and said he was going to make it his wallpaper and he was going to print it out and frame it and send it to me also.
Okay, so yesterday, a few days ago, Marvel PR people reached out and they're like, "Hey, we're thinking of maybe doing a spoof on Twitter to announce Beta Ray Bill." And their idea was Ryan had sketched Beta Ray Bill, so Ryan, you're going to post this drawing of Beta Ray Bill, and Ryan's going to say, they had scripted it out and everything, and they're like, Ryan's going to say, "I drew this Beta Ray Bill a few weeks back." And then Donnie's going to quote tweet Ryan's tweet saying, "Marvel, give Beta Ray Bill a solo series, you cowards." And then Walt Simonson was going to quote tweet Donnie and say, 100% agree. And then he was going to add his variant, his Walt Simonson variant to the Beta Ray Bill series on issue 1.
Right.
And then I was supposed to quote tweet that saying
the whole plan.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to quote "Oh, speak of the devil" or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked if I could switch my dialogue to "Asking you shall receive," and they were okay with that. So, but everything else is going off without a hitch. And then maybe 15 minutes before we're supposed to do this thing, we'd all timed it out. Walt Simonson starts sending emails like, "How do I quote tweet someone?" And so he's asking these questions, and Marvel PR was awesome. They're like, "Oh, don't worry, here's the link," or whatever. And then he responds, Walt Simonson goes, "Hey, do I have to be following Ryan Stegman to quote tweet him?"
Oh my god.
The way that it read was totally look, this is a deal breaker. If I have to follow this guy,
Oh my god.
I'm out. I don't know exactly what the wording was, but obviously he didn't mean that, but it was worded in this way that was just this is a bridge too far. I will not follow this man.
Just reading that email out of context is just the most savage thing you can ever get from Walt Simonson.
Amen. Oh, brutal, Ryan. Well, if it's any consolation, Donnie didn't follow me until June, so we'd been making a podcast together for a year consistently, chatting. We'd met in person, hung out for a weekend a little bit, and still it took till this summer for him to follow me on Twitter.
Are we allowed to talk about the first time that I saw Ryan, Lee? The first time.
Yeah, go for it. I told my story earlier.
Oh man, it was at a Comic-Con, wasn't it? It was at a Cincy Comic-Con, right?
Yeah. What was your impression? He was in the booth next to me. Doing caricatures of zombies. of people as zombies. This is where Dan was at the time.
This is my humble beginnings in 2013. Just trying to make money. Yeah, that's right. You were sitting right next to us. And you talked with my wife Rachel a lot.
Oh, it's coming out. He's got a score to settle.
Oh no.
I was running around. I was very active.
She was manning the table, so.
Yep. I do an Adam Strange for you?
Yeah, in fact. Hold up.
Oh. Real-time update. Ryan is now in his grandparents' basement, scuffling around.
Stegman is Amazing Friends exclusive.
Ryan is frozen on my end, so I'm just gonna act super like, oh, when everybody else does. Okay, so
if this tells you how long ago this was, Dan was actually slow for a moment and was like, "What do you want me to draw?" And I was like, Adam Strange, I guess. And I actually just had this out. I just noticed it today. This is funny. So this is the piece that he did for me for free. And I was like, dude.
Oh.
Man, ooh, look at that.
Man, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, but I'm gonna hang it up because, I have some free time now, obviously. Because,
that is awesome.
Pandemic.
Yeah, the before times or whatever we're calling it.
The old world.
Yep, that was awesome though. Thank you.
Yeah, so.
Oh, there it is. That is like.
There you go. I don't know. I feel like I'm supposed to do a dance or something or.
Right now?
What
I mean, we could.
Well, no. Let's do another pop culture news topic.
Yeah, we weren't done going around the bend on everybody's favorite things about the Disney Investors Conference.
Oh.
Ryan.
Oh, fine. You guys do whatever you want.
Two Ryan's impressions. We just didn't get yours, Griffin. So we could move on.
Or yours, Ethan. So I guess if you're saying the Supple Boys are expendable, that our opinions are not part of the show, then fine.
I don't think you want me to answer that.
I wanted to point out as well that if you look at the professionalism of Daniel's setup and then you compare it to what goes on with this show, this is why you get us for free.
Yeah. All right. Well, Dan, I assume you heard about all the crazy announcements we got last week, and Ryan's most excited for Fantastic Four, and Ryan is most excited for Star Wars Visions, the anime short films set in the Star Wars universe. You got a particular standout that you're looking forward to, or?
Sorry, my light just went out. Now I look like I'm in shadow.
Yeah, you got to do a fake voice. I think.
Let's see. I think my favorite thing out of all that was probably Rogue Squadron.
Patty Jenkins.
Oh yeah, that was great.
What else has Patty Jenkins done? Because I don't even know.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was okay. She did Wonder Woman. Okay.
She did.
Shoot, I didn't really like Wonder Woman.
Oh, I did.
Oh no.
At least I thought it was well made.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, like, whatever. I'm not gonna. It's really hard to make a movie, so I don't want to be too.
I agree.
But
we got another Wonder Woman movie coming our way in less than a week.
Did she draw that one?
She did.
Sorry, did she make that one?
She did. So who knows? Maybe you'll dig this one a bit more.
That one looks really cool. I think the visuals look really neat. So.
Yeah, who doesn't love a little 1980s nostalgia? Let's keep it going. How long has it been that we've been doing the 80s nostalgia thing? 10 years now, it feels like?
Since the 80s.
Oh, sick. Yeah, cool.
It was a good decade.
All right, well, I guess nobody's going to ask. I'm most excited for the fucking Obi-Wan series, but nobody gives a shit, I guess. So.
Wow.
No,
Aren't they filming that in Boston?
Griffin, that's great.
That'd be sick.
I think they're filming it in Boston, aren't they?
I have genuinely no idea. That's interesting. I know that they shoot a lot
are making fun of it, like it's the midichlorians.
It's the midichlorians loop. That's it's less Boston. It's a bit more New York. I can't.
That's true.
I'm not on my accent game.
No, it's my fault.
See,
Ethan,
what I love about Bill Burr being on The Mandalorian is that it implies the existence of a space Boston.
Well, in Star Wars, most planets are like one thing. Hoth is all snow, and Force
Planet Boston is entirely Boston.
All Boston. It's all harbor. It's all harbors. It's all fucking like lobster shacks. You know.
Daniel, that's your old stomping grounds, isn't it, man?
Yeah, man. I grew up in Framingham, Massachusetts, just 20
where is
miles
it?
west of Boston.
I missed that accent. Where is it?
My parents grew up in New York, so I just never. And I was homeschooled, so I never.
Hey, if we're doing accents, Ryan, do you want to bring out Tony Spaghetti?
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Probably not. I don't know what that is.
All right. Next topic.
More pop
You want us to
news.
cut that out, or?
No, it's fine.
You can grill me. I'm ready to be grilled. I'm at nice room temperature. You just throw me on the grill, I can handle it.
Pop culture news. Let's do it. Ethan.
Okay, well, I mean, speaking of Star Wars, the original Boba Fett died apparently today, which is crazy because it's just like a week after Boba Fett came back in The Mandalorian. But yeah,
Wait,
75.
Boba Fett came back in the. Oh,
Okay.
Oops.
I'm so sorry.
You didn't announce that at all. Oh my god, our viewers just dropped by 50%.
You know what? We talked about it openly on the last episode as well. Donnie just started talking about it, and then I was like, "Oh shit! Wait, some people are."
I haven't seen it either.
I think this show has become kind of infamous for that kind of thing. So
that's
sorry.
Okay, that's all right. It's pretty good. Ryan, can I talk to you privately?
Yeah, we'll listen. We'll get rid of them. Don't worry.
Ethan,
No,
what did you do?
I'm just kidding. I should have. I'm behind on it just because I'm kind of pandemic down, so I just save the TV shows I really like for a day where I'm feeling really down, and then I'll watch them all on that day.
Nice. Well, we got the finale coming out tomorrow, which doesn't matter much to you.
I should probably get off my butt and watch it.
Yeah, catch up now.
When you get to it, I'm sorry that it's ruined because I ruined it.
Well, we'll do a post-Mandalorian episode with you, Dan, and it'll be great. And Ryan Stegman will love it. He's gonna have a great time on that episode.
Can't wait.
What else happened
do
this week, Ethan?
Do you guys want Tom Cruise news?
Yeah.
I did hear that some people quit because he yelled again.
Did you watch the video?
I didn't see the video. I heard the audio of the first
Yeah,
tirade.
that's what I mean. Yeah.
I was all for it. He's right.
I was too.
He's right.
Yeah.
I was too. Tom Cruise was flipping the fuck out. My favorite part of that audio though is when he screams. He goes, "We're not shutting down this fucking movie."
Did it again?
Yeah, he did another one,
well,
and apparently
because
5 people
some crew
quit.
members were breaking COVID protocols, and
he
he
doing?
was furious.
I gotta say,
He didn't want the movie.
that was on Fox News that they added that he did it again and 5 people quit, which I thought was like, they're always railing against COVID protocols over there,
Interesting.
and I think that they were just looking for that story. So
Is he yelling a lot?
I mean, he's like, yes, he was right. I totally agree. But it is fun to listen to because you can hear the just unhinged in his voice.
yeah,
No, it's hilarious because like 100% on board with what he's saying, but he's doing it in like a classic like wild Tom Cruise fashion.
Where
So
he'll
that's pretty fun.
go quiet for like a full minute.
I was gonna say
and
there's
then
some
get
good
back into it.
dramatic pauses in there where he's probably just stalking back and forth and staring at everybody.
like a panther.
Yeah, the intensity's all there.
Can we take
He's
a
really
second? Let's take a second and say the last Mission Impossible movie, Fallout, was probably one of the best action movies of the year that came out, if
It
not
was
the
great.
best one. That movie slaps so hard.
Okay,
It's a
I
good
agree.
one.
you're a film
you-
student. We
do
get
you guys
it.
know-
Did you see it,
You
Ryan?
guys-
You gotta. What are you doing?
What
Just
movie-
watch
what
this.
are you
movie
doing?
is Tom
I
Cruise
gotta.
working
I
on
watch
right now
kids'
that you don't
movies
tell
only.
people about?
Another Mission Impossible.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Franchise it.
Did you guys know that Tom Cruise's real name is Thomas Cruise Mapother the Fourth?
Yeah. But is it pronounced Mapother? Is that how you pronounce it?
I don't know.
I read it as Maypother, but I don't know.
It might have been
Mapother sounds.
Maypother.
Maypother?
Yeah. Ryan Lee, what are your thoughts on all this since you haven't said anything in a while?
About Tom Cruise?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, cruise news, famous segment.
Cruise news. You're gonna have to do it every week now.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, let's go. I'm done.
That ends
Were you on his side? Were you on his side?
Was I on Tom Cruise's side?
Yeah, you heard it, right?
Yeah, I did. He was a little
haven't heard
harsh, but I mean, yeah, I don't like people doing things they're not supposed to be doing right now.
All right, great addition. Next topic.
You know? You know?
that ends my Pother news.
I feel like the last time I was really like the last thing I heard about Tom Cruise was him like jumping on a couch talking about a lady that he really liked.
Yeah, that was
15 years
Katie
ago,
Holmes.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Are they still together?
No,
No, they're not
but
No,
together.
super not together anymore.
but Dan, after that, there was this thing where she had like blisters all over her lips from making out. So that was cool. That's one of the grossest things that's ever happened in pop culture history.
We're gonna have to
I don't
chop
know
this
any-
episode up.
I don't
Yeah.
know any of this.
The cruise news.
The cruise
That's
news
what
has
it is.
ruined this podcast, but go
The
on.
Pother report.
The chat has fallen silent. Everyone's
Yeah.
speechless.
looking at-
Hey, chat, if you have questions about Tom Cruise, we will answer them. So go ahead and
We'll answer them live on the show right now.
anything you want to know about Tom Cruise.
Next thing, the Spider-Man rumors continue to spiral. Not only now are we rumored that Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, Kirsten Dunst, Emma Stone, Alfred Molina, and Jamie Foxx are all back, but now we're even saying that Willem Dafoe's Goblin is back, Dane DeHaan's Green Goblin is back, the Sandman is back. They're all back, according to WeGotThisCovered.com. What do you think?
Okay, I do have a take on this. If Willem Dafoe comes back and wears that goddamn mask that made no sense in the first movie, I'm going to be so pissed. I still, to this day, I mean, they could have... We've watched Guardians of the Galaxy. They just painted Gamora green, and she was just, Zoe Saldana green. Willem Dafoe already looks like the Green Goblin. Just paint his fucking face green and let him be the Green Goblin. End of rant. Okay. Ryan Lee, what's your take?
That's real hot. Real hot.
That's that.
About what?
I don't know.
Everyone in the movie? What?
Make up a take.
How do I follow that?
I want a. I'm really looking forward to hopefully some sort of musical number or something about like Mary Jane's like experience in theater.
Okay.
That's like a Spider-Man 3 thing. You know, it was more of a musical about Mary Jane than it was about Spider-Man.
And that's what you want more of? You want more Spider-Man 3?
Yeah, he wants more Spider-Man 3.
You want more dancing?
Ryan, haven't you heard they say that falling in love is wonderful? It's wonderful.
Guys,
I'm having
the moon up above is wonderful.
Does the upside down kiss happen in the first Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Whew, that's a great scene.
Yeah.
Are you sure, Daniel, that you just don't want to go see the Broadway Spider-Man musical Turn Off the Dark?
Oh, dark.
I did see I saw that in person. I talked about that on the show. Am I the only one that saw it in person?
Yeah, you two did the music. No, Griff and I have a bootleg DVD of it, but so I think.
Oh, I risked life and limb. I was there when somebody may have fallen on me. I think I've told that on the show before, though. But yeah, I saw it. It was terrible, but it was fun because it was insane, and I went backstage afterwards and then realized how sad Broadway backstages are.
I'm glad you didn't get crushed by a falling Spider-Man.
Me too.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Did that happen?
A lot of Spider-Men fell down, and a couple of them died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, nobody died.
Yeah.
No.
I think a couple people died in the production of that
Several
show.
Spider-Men died.
Are you sure? Is that real?
Yes. No, I swear to God. Yes, it's infamous.
Wouldn't that suck if that theater was haunted by...
I feel like we're going to get sued right now. Chat, did anybody die making the Spider-Man play?
Ryan, Google it.
No, this didn't happen. Somebody got hurt.
No, Ryan, they died.
I think at least one dude died.
I'll look up how many people died. How many people died?
Okay, all right.
Go to Excite and look it up now.
Dom Gomez in the chat says release the supple cut of Spider-Man 3. Now know we're gonna take any instance we can to fucking do this. Dom, hit us up at the email. suppleboys@gmail.com. We'll send you the links to both of the supple cuts.
Oh my god. This is
Oh my god, there's videos of the Spider-Man fall.
Dan, are you aware of our brand, the Supple Boys?
In passing.
In passing. Well, me and Ethan are the Supple
We're the
Boys,
Supple Boys. Nice to meet you.
We were branded as that by Ryan, and it's now the thing that we will have to refer to ourselves as for the rest of our lives. So,
okay.
Pretty good. Dang. Good job, Ryan.
Thank you.
Hit up a crack marketing team on that one, or just off the dome?
I'm still thrown off by you guys claiming that people died on this movie. This is unbelievable. Next topic.
I mean, I'm still looking at.
Yeah, because it didn't happen.
Spider-Man musical, so
still trying to find the proof. All right, okay. Well, we can go around and say.
Oh, no. Okay, sorry. So we need to finish off with the biggest piece of news of the last week, which is Zack Snyder. He's talking about the Snyder Cut releasing on HBO Max. He says it's gonna it's gonna be 4 hours. It's gonna be rated R, probably, and the most exciting piece of information he dropped is that Batman will probably say fuck.
All right. I have a quick. Actually, I'm gonna let you. I want Dan and Ryan to have a take before I do, because I'm gonna come in hot.
Okay.
By the way, apparently no Spider-Man died, and I don't know how. This is some Bechdel effect shit.
This is a Mandela effect.
No.
Bechdel effect.
Yeah.
Bechdel
Oh my god, you guys are fired. Bechdel.
We're so fired. God damn it.
Unbelievable.
Someone just said a producer died of a stroke.
There it is.
Well, several people. Yeah, there were some really weird, shady. Shit
I'm gonna be so pissed if somebody didn't die on the Spider-Man. Okay, all right. Zack Snyder 4-hour long Justice League movie, and Batman's gonna say fuck. What's everyone's takes? Ryan Lee, Batman saying fuck.
Finally.
Yeah.
You know, a little fan service for all of us.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for so long.
Yeah.
I personally am hoping for I'm the goddamn Batman.
Oh.
All right.
I personally loved All-Star Batman.
Go
Everybody
ahead.
hated it at the time, but I just thought it was so fun.
So all sarcasm aside, you really do like it?
All-Star Batman?
Yeah.
This is before All-Star Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The Frank Miller written one where he makes a trachea out of like a piece of glass for the Green Lantern.
Yeah, you're a fan?
I love it. It's amazing. I'm the goddamn Batman.
Oh.
Okay.
It's so good.
This Snyder cut of the Justice League is going to be awful.
Oh, no.
Yeah, this is going to be a fucking disaster. This guy does not make good movies. He if anything, he was the problem on the first one, even though somebody took it and cut it away from him. He doesn't know how to shoot from a script. He's going to add a bunch of bullshit, and then all he can think about is making it darker. Like, that's not what anybody wants. It's the Justice League.
Snyder Bros, are you hearing this?
Snyder Bros.
This is going to be terrible.
Take him down.
And
I agree. I don't know.
What's the last good movie he made, Ryan? What's the last good movie Zack Snyder made?
I think I like 3.
Technically Justice Leagues.
What are the
Sucker
3,
Punch
Ryan?
was kind of cool.
Oh, but was it a good story, Ryan?
It looked neat.
Well, see, that's the thing is I think Zack Snyder's.
Oh, it looked like a video game cutscene.
Director. I think he's a great
thought
director.
Was really
and
cool.
I like when he has less control over the story.
300.
Like if he's just doing the visuals and shit, I think it's like Man of Steel looks fantastic. But the story.
Okay.
300 was good, and I thought that
stop.
300 was cool stylistically. Go ahead. What?
Uh-oh.
Let me tell you a Zack Snyder story. Okay.
Oh, he's got a story. Let's go.
I was really excited about Sucker Punch. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the trailer all the time leading up to it. I got tickets the opening weekend. I got tickets for my new person that I was dating at the time. Her name was Rachel. She's now my wife. No thanks to Zack Snyder, I swear we almost broke up over that movie because I thought she was going to leave me after going into that horrible, horrible, horrible movie. I was watching it and I was looking at Rachel wondering if she was going to break up with me after. No good, guys.
Brutal.
No good.
Snyder Stories. That's Snyder Stories for the week.
Also.
Yeah.
All right, let's just talk about Man of Steel for a second.
Let's talk about Man of Steel for a second. All right, let's do it.
Just the color palette. That's all I want to say. The color palette.
Color palette.
Are you kidding me?
I think it's pretty desaturated, isn't it? Now I know there's at least
it's
one.
It's not a
person
World War II movie. It's a Superman movie.
There's at least one person in the chat here that likes Man of Steel. Mr.
Look, there are some cool moments. I personally got emotional when he helps the bus get out of the water, and I didn't like anything.
I think there's a couple of moments I really like, but I agree that the visual palette is pretty not what I'm looking for in a Superman movie.
I also really like Henry Cavill because
me too. I do like Henry Cavill. Yeah,
he's awesome, guys. He's in the Mission Impossible 6, right?
Yes, the movie that Ryan has not seen, but he should definitely see.
But remember that part in I'm going to try and explain it for the podcasters.
Yeah.
One of my favorite parts of that movie is when Henry Cavill does that shoulder thing right before he attacks
reloads his arm.
in the bathroom.
He reloads him.
Yeah. It's so
it's
good.
Like, it's so awesome. It makes me so happy.
He's got the mustache for that one too.
Yeah.
That bathroom sequence, the whole fight in the bathroom is immaculate. And that's coming right off of the skydiving sequence. Oh,
yeah.
I love a bathroom fight.
Scenes? Any good bathroom fight scenes?
You know the best one?
Possible 6?
Eastern Promises!
Eastern Promises! Amazing.
Ryan's looking at us like he doesn't know what we're talking about. Ryan Stegman, do you know Eastern Promises?
Well, no, I don't, but I also lost the thread of everything that was being said because my wife keeps sending me pictures of our kids when they were babies.
Aww.
And it's pretty great, but it's, not an ideal time to be getting these pictures. So,
Ryan, have you never seen Eastern Promises?
No, I have not. Wait!
Okay.
Viggo Mortensen?
No, I have not. I've not seen that, no.
Oh, Ryan, that's a good one. It's great.
Another great bathroom scene Promises, but
another great bathroom scene is the Morpheus fighting Agent Smith in whenever I see like a toilet that looks a little bit gross on the outside, I think of Morpheus's head getting smashed into it.
Yeah, I feel like I just watched a movie where somebody got their head smashed into a urinal. What was that?
This isn't necessarily a fight scene. I don't care too much for the 2018 Halloween movie. I think David Gordon Green directed that. It's all right.
Yeah.
But there's the sequence where he walks into that gas station bathroom and drops that dude's teeth on the ground. That's pretty gnarly. I liked that bit.
Okay, it's time to end this show.
It's time to end the show. All right, everybody. Well,
guys, write us an email. Was this a good podcast? I don't know.
Do you want to see more of this? And by this, I mean the podcast period.
Should we stop here? I don't know.
The last segment in His Amazing Friends. Good night, everybody. Goodbye. Ryan, do you have anything to say to the folks before we leave it off for the week?
Buy Mountainhead. Pre-order it at your store by Monday. Buy Beta Ray Bill. Buy my cover because there will be a cover by me on Beta Ray Bill #1. Yeah. Do not buy Daniel's under any circumstances.
Ryan, you have a Mountainhead cover as well, so you're saying
I do have a
Mountainhead cover.
Yes.
Yes. I also have an announcement.
Go ahead.
My art rep, Felix Comic Art. I'm partnering up with him, and we are doing a giveaway for the holidays, the Super Holiday Sketch Giveaway. I'm doing 10 free sketches for people that are going to be drawn at random. They're 4 by 6 inches. I'm going to be doing 10 of them. And the only thing people have to do is subscribe to the Felix Comic Art email list, which is on his website. You just Google Felix Comic Art. It'll take you to the site, and there's a place where you can put your email in. If you're subscribed by the time he does the drawing, you might get a chance to get a free sketch from me. So,
damn.
Cool. Merry
Hard
Christmas.
not to.
I got one for free.
And I will never do anything for free. Period.
No, he will not. No, he will. And Ethan and I only work for free.
Exclusively.
So
yeah,
we got a nice mix going on in the chat. Ryan Lee, so fantastic to have you on the show finally,
Thanks
sir.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Everybody go buy Mountainhead. The FOC is Monday, but of course, for those of you that don't run comic book shops and don't want to bother going into the shop for whatever fucking reason, it's out in shops. Is it January 21st? I would say. Hell yeah.
Yep.
Danny Warren Johnson, thanks so much for showing up here. So happy to have you and your killer fucking setup.
Yeah.
We gotta step up our game, I guess, man. But
it's all good.
Thanks for popping in and chatting with us a little bit tonight, man. So
yeah, it was fun,
man. Folks in the chat, amazing friends, you know where all the places, the things to talk to us are. Twitter at Stegman Show and at Ryan Stegman and Griff Sheridan and Tales to Astonish. And you can also email us at Stegman and friends at gmail.com. Oh my god, we'll do a mailbag sometime soon. Who knows? I know everybody really wants the King in Black director's commentary episodes. They're coming. They're coming. The director's commentary episodes are coming.
Yes.
They're coming. So stay tuned for that, guys. We're drawing near and near to the holidays. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have a great night. There you go, Ryan. How's that?
Okay.
Amazing.
I guess I'll end it on the live stream.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.